Hey everyone, Kindle here, and today we're going to do a class setup video. I'm going to be going through some of the best ones that I have so far. So let's just get right into it. As always, my favorite rig is the Warfighter with the Claw and Ping. Now, the Claw is really good. It bounces, I think, multiple times. So if there's a few people in a room that you know are there that you might see on your UAV, spray into the door. It'll most likely kill them. You might have to get the right angle and just kind of spray a little bit, but it shoots a lot for how much time you have. Also, ping is so good. Every time you kill someone, there's a little circle around the guy that you killed, and it's basically like a UAV sweep are in that circle. So if any of his teammates are around him, you'll be able to see them and pick them up too, hopefully. Now, my favorite gun is probably the NV4. I have the Vigilance type. It's the rare. It's right before the nuke variant, and we're still grinding away to get that. I use the NV4. I'm using the Reflex, but I'm going to change that to the ELO. I just unlocked it because I was in the middle of the weapon prestige. So we're gonna rock the ELO from now on until I prestige it again. And the suppressor is really good. I don't believe that it really takes off any range. I haven't noticed it. I usually don't go for super long range kills unless I'm sniping or really just sniping. And it really helps in free-for-all because no one really can tell where you're at unless they're really good at listening through their headsets, or if in team deathmatch, if you come up behind their entire team, it's really good. And ping is also very helpful in both of those situations. I'm rocking the Oni as a secondary. It's a really, really good pistol for a secondary. I've tried the EMC and the Kindle, and they're both semi-automatics, and the Oni is a full auto. And the thing about the Oni is the longer you shoot it, the faster it shoots. So the more bullets come out of it every few seconds, the longer you hold that trigger down. And I love that. It's really good if you just hold it for a few seconds. The person that you're trying to kill is probably going to go down. The cluster grenade is my favorite. Russell uses the plasma grenade. It's basically like the thermite from Black Ops 3. The cluster grenade blows up, I think, 5 times, and if it hits 3 times, then they're gonna die. Also with a plasma grenade, if they get hit with a fire 3 times, even if they're not killed by, or even if they're not hit by the original explosion, they're gonna die from the 3 hits on the fire. I'm not using a tactical. I don't really use tacticals even whenever I put them on, so it's kind of a waste for me to use them of a slot. My perks are Dexterity and Recon. I love Recon. I use my minimap consistently throughout any game. I always use it. And Dexterity, I always need to reload faster, and switching to my Oni is way faster with it on. Hardline, you get 125 points every 2 kills, or every kill up until your 8th kill in that life, and every 2 assists gives you the same bonus as a kill. And Gung Ho, because I use grenades so much, I like to run and throw them at the same time, and you can call in your score streaks. So if you get a UAV, you can be running to your next enemy while calling it in and seeing where they are. These are my stock perks. Usually I'm not using Dexterity and Recon. I usually just use Recon, Hardline, and Gung Ho. It really does depend on what I'm going to use this class for. I use the K-Bar a lot. It's a really good gun. It's just like the NV4, except it shoots a lot faster, and it's really good medium to short range. Long range, you kind of have to burst it, and it's a little bit of a struggle to get those kills long range. but I really like it. It's really good for rushing because it is an assault rifle, but it feels a lot like if you guys played any previous Call of Duties, the MTAR or the ACR. It's not as straight shooting as the ACR. I would more compare that to the NV4, but it's a really, really good gun. So I would use it if you're not using it already. Again, the reflex just for those long distance kills, stock so you can move faster while aiming and kind of challenge the submachine guns of the game up close, and suppressor because again I like to get up behind them and be more stealthy than anything. The Spartan is a really good rocket launcher. It is it can be shot at the ground to kill enemies or up in the air whenever they get a UAV. It's really good to have. Lethal, of course, they got the cluster grenade, and if you see I'm using the jammer grenade, it's because if I took it off, I would need two slots to add in the second grenade or another attachment to my gun or any of the other third perks or second perks. So in this case, I will use a tactical. I usually don't throw it, but I like to use all 10 points that I can, just so I'm not wasting any points, because a tactical could come in handy at some points. The Type 2 is a really, really good gun. It's really good at long range and pretty long range. It shoots really straight and it shoots really quickly. The plus side of it is it being an energy rifle, so all energy rifles and energy type guns, whenever you shoot them, if it misses, it's going to ricochet off of the back wall or whatever it's going to hit first and come back to where it was shot from, depending on the angle it's at. So if you are kind of wary about using an energy weapon, I would definitely try it out because of the ricochet possibilities. It's just it's very helpful in a lot of cases. I've paired that with the Oni, and in this class I have got 2 cluster grenades. I've got blind eye, so I'm not seen by the warden, mainly because the wardens are insane in this game. Tactical resist, so basically tac mask, and hardwired, so I am immune to counter UAVs. Because counter UAVs in this game are so annoying, and I don't know why, but they're terrible to me. I hate not being able to see my UAV, so I'm definitely going to be using that more. I'm using the foregrip so I can engage in those longer distance gunfights, and the red dot with this gun as well. The dual wield type of this gun is really good for close range. It's all right with medium range, but I wouldn't try that. I would just change it to the single gun and go for that. But those are my main classes. But if you guys are gonna snipe, I would 100% recommend the Widowmaker. It shoots really straight. It's a double shot, so whenever you pull the trigger once, it shoots 2 bullets. And I would pick this one over the KBS longbow and EBR. The EBR is better than the longbow, I believe. But the Widowmaker, whenever you aim in, there's no pulling it up and swaying instantly. It's very straight whenever you pull it up. So it's really good for quick scoping or just maybe getting aimed in before they can see you. And I'm using blind eye, so I'm not seen by wardens if I'm sniping out in the open. Hardline to get that extra point, and marksman. You have you can see enemy names from a bigger distance, so it's good for sniping. And usually whenever you get hit, whenever you get shot, you flinch a lot and it messes up your aim. And this kind of reduces that kick. I like the personal radar, it's really good. And black hole projector, I'm not sure why I'm using it, but I kind of like it, so I'm using that. We'll be changing the Ripper Evo to maybe a different gun, possibly the ERAD. Russell really likes the ERAD with the silencer, so we'll be trying that out hopefully on the next game. But if you guys think this is helpful, hit that like button, leave a comment what you guys want to see more of, and subscribe for more. I think that's it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.